Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. I screwed up. I screwed up pretty bad. This is Wanderer Alpha, or Wanderer 1, and we're just kind of putting the final finishing touches on our intercept for Saturn. There it is. Yeah, just about 105 meters per second to go. So guess what I did? I did not upgrade the AJ-10 Advanced to a model with unlimited ignitions. This has 4 ignitions, and I kind of puttered around while trying to do a course correction. Overshot, turned around, did another course correction, and that combined with the ignition that we used to finish off our transfer to Jupiter is all but one of our ignitions remaining on this engine. So I would really like to use that ignition to gain orbit at Saturn. So oh nope, that went the wrong way. Sorry about that. We're doing this burn entirely on the back of RCS. Yay! I am so mad at myself for missing that. I really should have caught that sooner. Or at all. I should have caught it at all. But I'm going to stand here and hold the H key for about the next 25 minutes. I won't make you guys watch it. I still have one more correction. I think it's Clarkson. I have an alarm set up for it. What am I talking about? Yeah, Clarkson Alpha is the last correction for things that I have yet to do for things that are already in flight. And then we'll get on to some more interesting things. So I will pick you guys up in just a bit. Based entirely on the necessity of having to do this burn this way, I swear I will never, ever, ever forget to replace an engine with one with infinite ignitions when I intend to do so ever again. This was possibly on the level of senseless boredom, like the origami glider. At least the origami glider was at least fun to fly, but man, those straight long shots just, yeah, it was about like that. Alright, that is a solid Saturn encounter. I will take it. I'm going to add an alarm so that I know that Wanderer has in fact been plotted in, and we'll just transfer over some fuel and see what kind of Delta V we are hanging out with. 29.29, not bad. That should be enough to capture for sure, and hopefully adjust any inclination as necessary, though of course I will be making a mid-course RCS touch-up to make sure that all of that goes well. God, I cannot believe I screwed that up. Wow. Alright, let's jump over to Clarkson, jump to ship, and get him on course also. Alright, here we go. Clarkson Alpha, let's just make sure, good. You have infinite ignitions. We'll just go ahead and get you angled in. And we've got about a day and 4 hours until we hit this node. Of course, this is the one that we saw plotted out last episode. So we'll just time warp on ahead. We are rolling our interplanetary photo op out to the launch pad. As usual, if you have a crafty, witty, or awesome suggestion for a name for that flight, I'd love to hear it down in the comments of either this video or next episode, when we're probably going to launch that bad boy. 22 hours. We can up the ante on this time warp a bit, can't we? Yeah, until I screw it up. Just watch. Yeah, okay. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 9. I swear I'll get better at this. I'm trying though. It's been nearly 300 episodes. I think this is as improved as I'm going to be. Alright, it's 353.7 meters per second. Let's start to ullage in our AJ10. We have 595 available to us. Very stable ignition. We have a good light. I don't think I have all of the tanks unlocked. I do not, in fact, have all of the tanks unlocked. That is a very good thing, which means I'm certain that there will be another correction, possibly in Jupiter's SOI, to get Clarkson en route to Neptune, just to make sure, of course. We're going to try to do as much gravity assisting here at, well, not here, but at Jupiter as we possibly can. For never really having done this before, I sure am getting in a whole lot of practice, but I guess that's what this window is good for. If you don't optimize it, or at least maximize for it, then you're just kind of wasting time. That's fair enough. You can see our little Hammond tucked in there, nicely nestled within all the flammable fuels. Anyway, we're gonna speed through the rest of this. It won't let me. Apparently we have some kind of alarm coming up. Oh, we're within a minute of our burn time, so Kerbal alarm clock is going to automatically drop us out of warp and yell at us about it. Isn't that fun? Looks like we'll be done just a little bit preemptively. Let's come out here to the map view and see how well things are going. Oh yeah, it looks like we already in fact have our standard encounter. We'll just go ahead and round out the burn, why not? Okay, 0.6 meters per second, I'll take that. Bingo. Look at that. Bing, bing. Yeah. Close alarm. Thank you. Alright, Kerbal alarm clock, add alarm, Clarkson Alpha, SOI change, add alarm. Fantastic. Alright, and we've got 2 days on the rollout of our last launch for this window. I really hope we can squeeze it in, and then we get to start shuttling more crap to Mars in very short succession, of course. So, looks like all of our current flights are, in fact, on their way to Mars. That is... I'm happy with it. I can't believe this is actually working. Yay! And, okay, good. That fuel tank is empty, which means that one should be empty. Good. That one's about halfway. Let's get an idea of what our total delta V looks like. Yeah, 2691 left in our transfer stage. I say we're in really good shape for this mission. That makes me extraordinarily happy. Alright, well, we'll take a quick save, and then we have a launch to attend to. Well, that was quite a zoom in. Alright, our inclination with the moon is at something respectable, 0.27 degrees. Our rocket is fully fueled. Our only flown once tested prototype is ready to go. We'll just double check our staging. Yep, everything looks good. Let's get this ignition sequence rolling. All engines are lit. Let's get these clamps off and get this little guy to orbit. I'm really hoping we're not too late to hit that rendezvous with Jupiter, but I think we'll have enough delta V where we can swing it. We'll just kind of have to see. It looks like the moon is clear and out of the way. That being its retrograde vector means it's back off that way somewhere. So we should be well and clear to make our transfer. So I'm gonna try to fly this guy as effectively to orbit as I possibly can, and I will catch all of you there. Now I think I do have a better ascent profile dialed in. By dialed in, I mean I think I have a sneaking suspicion on what I should be doing, or what kind of waypoints I should be targeting for this particular variant of this particular vehicle, as far as getting its tonnage to orbit. Just the joy of flying things by hand. There go the boosters, and just like in the simulation, they collide nose to nose and kind of half blow up. And there's fairing SEP revealing our intrepid explorer to the, well, not so much the elements. We're at 120, 130 kilometers. not a whole lot to say about this that I didn't speak about during the last launch. In fact, the last launch took so long that I took the time to talk about other things instead, like an upcoming live stream on Monday at noon at Twitch/Team McMason, in case you missed that part. Anyway, I do end up pitching up just a little bit here towards about, I don't know, midway through the burn, or 2/3 of the way through the burn. So I don't quite have it perfect yet, but I think it would be a challenge to find any Ascent profile that I had just nailed to the floor. I'm sure I've gotten it right once, maybe, but certainly not very consistent. But, you know, I think if actual rocket scientists had these launchers at their disposal, they could do far more impressive things than what I can do. So I don't know. I'd say that margin is kind of built in, or something like that. Anyway, I started to notice right around here that the Delta V figures for this launch versus the simulation launch are quite a bit off. We have a deficit of liquid hydrogen in our core stage by like a lot. There's a lot of liquid hydrogen missing, and it's not missing from our S4B stage, which we will kick on right about now, of course during the middle of a correction maneuver, and its thrust to weight ratio being significantly lower than that of the core stage. At burnout, we're going to start falling back towards Earth. Not a big deal. We're just going to maintain a couple of degrees above our prograde vector and go ahead and round out this orbit. Alright, 254 by 174 is our final orbit. Yeah, I guess I forgot to turn the pumps on from the launch clamps, and our core stage had a severe deficit of liquid hydrogen, and I don't think it's enough to screw up the mission. We still got 6.2 kilometers per second left in our S4B stage here. So let's, nope, that would be Mars. Let's get targeting on Jupiter. Set as target. We'll bring up our mech jib for maneuver planner, which is here. And we'll just let this compute. Pork chop. Can we do ASAP? Anytime now? 7.045. Of course. 7.045. That so figures. Alright, well, we're just going to run with it. That's only 800 meters per second. Not off to a great start, I have to admit. That's a huge bummer. God, I can't believe I did that. Well, hopefully we're confining all of our total screw-ups into just this episode, and we can have a nice string of good luck for a change. Wouldn't that be great? Could use another string of good luck. I may have used absolutely all of it on the Venus origami glider. That's okay. I don't need tremendous amounts of good luck for the Mars resupply. Just enough to get a successful mission out of it would be great. For at least the life support containers would be great. Alright, how's our power consumption looking? Minor draw, not that big of a deal. We'll use our time warp cheat. 46 minutes until the node. Shouldn't be a big deal. That's a nice picture though. I'll take it. Alright, so let's get time warped around and get this thing transferred, shall we? Such grand ambitions. I may be out of my element a little bit. Alright, we're at about the 4.5 minute mark. That seems reasonable enough to me. Let's go ahead and just ullage this HG3. And oh, God help me if I... Okay, good. This is the vacuum variant, not the sea level variant. Thank goodness I didn't screw that up too. And very stable ignition. We have a good light, thank goodness. I'm just going to hold down the H key and we're going to round out this burn. Provided, of course, that I can activate SAS and stay on node. That would have been helpful. Man, I cannot get it together today. Whoa. And so, speaking of not having my stuff together today, it sure would be good if I could activate these antennas, just to make sure we don't lose contact with this thing the second it exits Earth SOI or gets out of nominal comm range for the core. Really, really glad I caught that one. That would have been just the end-all be-all for embarrassing moments. Our S4B is burned out, so we'll ditch it and fire up our AJ-10 Advanced. And we'll take some test pictures while we're here. And hey, look, over Earth's desert is not a biome we have, so we're just going to go ahead and transfer those into the Surveyor core. It means we've got 9 pictures left to take, and if we're lucky enough to hit all 4 planets in 2 biomes, high space, low space, I guess those are biomes, not really. That'll take 8. So we got 1 extra freebie in case we do cross an additional biome in there somewhere. I'll probably be kicking myself if I took pictures of the desert for no reason and lost out on something really science heavy. Oh well. Anyway, here's our intercept with Jupiter coming up, so I'll turn you over to old me. Alright, that's good enough for now. Yeah, I totally kind of ignored the maneuver node there at the end, trying to just optimize for the transfer to Saturn. We got some time, a day to kill, so why not just go ahead and time warp it on out. And we'll go ahead and make our corrective burns now, just to make sure that we can get this thing underway still. We've still got 3.7 kilometers per second left in the tank. So, alright, we have left Earth's SOI 4 minutes until this. I wonder if I can plot this maneuver node in 4 minutes. Oh, I'll do it in way less than 4 minutes. I'm getting kind of good at this. I mean, no, not really. You can see my intercept path, but yeah, when you correct for inclination, because man, Jupiter will just entirely throw off your inclination to anything if you're even just a little bit off. Bingo. 341.4 meters per second. We should get pointing to that, shouldn't we? It says the burn time is only 1 minute and 21 seconds. That's not too terrible, I suppose. Yeah, if we just if we get on it now, we might be able to save a meter per second or two. So we'll just ullage our AJ-10. Very stable. Ignition. Sweet. And we're underway. Yeah, you can see our resultant orbit starting to shift. That is just really cool. I mean, it's just neat to see relatively small changes in delta V having such an amazingly significant impact on your orbital trajectory. That is just mind-blowing. Jeez. I think I missed it. Of course I did. Overly ambitious me. Wasting fuel on something that I really shouldn't be wasting fuel on. There it is. Yeah, 13 point some odd meters per second, but at least it gives me a direction to point. Well, I don't know. Couldn't be any worse of a start than the original Venus Return project that, of course, somehow got magically altered to not be going to Venus and instead had to go to Mars. But, you know, we worked it out. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and light the engine. We have infinite ignitions anyway. Oh, there it is. There's an encounter. We're just going to go with that. Bingo. Bing, bang. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, well, that was a bit of a struggle, but I'm glad to say that we are at least on course, although probably about 1 kilometer per second shy on the fuel I would like to have for this mission, but something is better than nothing, I suppose. And, well, Godspeed, little dude. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. That's going to do it for this episode. I do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.